My name is Michael Pashut and I'm the proud owner of Change Cars and the host of the TV show All Things Motoring. But I'm even prouder today to say that I work with Alan Rosenmeyer from Motor Matters, better known as the man with a hat. If you're looking for the best reviews on all new vehicles, Motor Matters. If you're looking for the best deals on new or used cars, changecars.co.za, where every car is sold by a 5-star rated manufacturer approved dealer.
Kia Sorento. What do we have here? This is the 8-seater family SUV. It is large and it is in charge. Permanent 4-wheel drive. Handsome looking car. I do enjoy this dual tail light thing here that Kia have got going. It is quite pretty, I have to say. And look at the back of it. Can you see an exhaust? No. That's kind of cool. But what I can see is a spare tire hangs underneath there. Full-size spare, which is nice. Somewhat difficult to get to, but it does give you considerable advantages, especially when you look at what's happening inside the boot, which we'll get to in a little bit. The car is shod with big, nice 20-inch rims. These are substantial. They are quite pretty. 23555s. I beg your pardon, these are not 20 inches. They're 19. Score one for me there, but it does mean a thicker tire, more comfortable ride. Let's have a look at the front end of this vehicle. Quite pretty. The triple stacked headlights making their appearance, and of course quite a nice attractive front grille. That of course is the Kia kind of family look. This dual outside figure of 8 type thing, almost with a fat middle that says Kia. And we have scoops in the front, which may or may not actually go to the brakes. Don't know. Brakes on this car are actually surprisingly good. What's interesting here is from the outside we can immediately see a head-up display unit. Cool. Let's have a look on the inside. I did mention the boot. You can open it from the remote control, which for some reason, I think it's just because I've just been in the car, is not functioning. So I'm just going to open it in the conventional way. And of course it's a power tailgate. Here we go. And we can see we've actually got quite a lot of space in the Kia. You know, you've got a fair amount of room here, and you've got these quite handy little luggage compartment things that are rubberized that A, protect the things, and B, stop things from sliding around. Similar to another car we've seen recently, if you just pop this and give it a push, down she goes, and then all of a sudden this fold flat seat gives you a ton of space, and then these come into their own again, just to protect the rear seats, which is quite cool. Just unfold that, dump that there, and away we go. So that is, make it nice and neat before my OCD kicks in. There we go, that looks nice. Okay, great. These are tough and will stop your luggage rolling around should you not fill this enormous cavity of a boot, which is actually now considerably massive in terms of space that you want to store in here. Let me just close this and let's get to the rear passengers and let's have a look and see what they're up to. This is an 8-seater, so we can actually fit 3 people on the back here. If you've got one that doesn't mind sitting in the middle there, a small child perhaps. But look at these seats. They are big, they are comfortable, and you also have easy access from the rear. Push that, bada boo, bada bing. There you go. That's easy access to the rear when those seats are down. And fold it back, and of course you can see the seats, of course, fully adjustable for the passengers. The legroom in here, remember how far back the passenger seat is? It's still stunning. So this really is a big car, and quite a lot of headroom for the rear. I think for the 2 middle seat passengers, to the rear the car slopes down a bit, but it's actually not too bad. I think you'll get an adult in there with not too much of a problem. And we have pop-up screens for the rear windows, which is very cool. Privacy screens or whatever they call them these days. Very nice. And of course, drinks holder for your rear passengers. Your rear passengers also have access to ventilation and a USB port in either of the front seats, which is cool because that's obviously thought about the kids, and in case that wasn't enough, there are more USBs there. So again, quite a lot of stuff that comes in the Kia. Right, just started the Kia. On the inside, of course, it's bonging because I'm just going to turn off so it doesn't bong so much, because I've got my seatbelt off and it's just pulled me forward because the front seat is electrical and adjusts itself back so you can get out of the car fairly comfortably and easily. Comprehensive digital display, and we have our infotainment system, which instantly has buttons that you can access all the quick and easy to access functions. Volume control knob on the right side, very close to the driver, which is very nice. I'm just going to turn that off so it doesn't interrupt us while we're talking here. And all the kind of functions that you want to get to the car, quick and easy to get to, and nothing complicated about it whatsoever. Climate control, as one would expect, 3 levels of climate control, mild, medium, and aggressive, I like to call it. And of course your up and down touch things here, nice and chunky. I quite like that indeed. You have 2 vents, one at the bottom and one at the top. This one you can turn off, this one you can't. You can just add the pointed wherever you want it to go, which is okay. USB ports, which is great, quite a few of them, which is nice, and a wireless charging facility here. Now, where have we seen this before? Then if we come down here, we have our gear selector switch, which is kind of cool, and it is one of the rotary knobs, and the park function is in the middle. Handbrake here, different mode terrain select options here, where you can select between how you want to drive the car in comfort, eco, sport, or what terrain you're driving on, snow, mud, sand, etc, etc, etc. You can turn your cameras on and off. You have auto hold, hill descent control, and you have a heated steering wheel, and of course you have heated and cooled seats, both front and back, up to heat, down to cool. Job done, easy peasy. The drinks cup holder things, quite standard little oddments thing here, and of course the standard fairly big and quite deep here center console. On the steering wheel, everything you'd expect: volume control, one touch cruise control, set up and down, push into engage, disengage. We have 2 memory function seats on here, which surprisingly you can't access when the vehicle's in motion. Where have you heard that before? Auto up, down, everything electric for the windows. And we have a Buzzy sound system. Bose. Actually, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed the beats and tunes in this car. We have a thin surrounded rear view mirror with auto dimming, and we have on this particular car a massive panoramic sunroof. Truly enormous. So it's one sunroof that does everything. Front seats, big, comfortable, lots of space inside here, and this is not set particularly far forward, but you can see we've got a huge amount of room for the passenger of the driver, sitting in luxurious comfort as one can. And interesting enough, you can now electrically adjust the seat from the rear, so that if the rear passenger is being ensconced as a chauffeur driven experience, they have control over the front seat. So Kia's been thinking quite long and hard about this car. On the road with Sorento, it's surprisingly good. Well, not surprising at all, to be honest. Feels quite a lot like something similar we drove not that long ago. Be that as it may, this is the 2.2 litre turbo diesel, 440 newton meters, 142 kilowatts, bang in the middle of where it needs to be. 8-speed automatic box, head-up display. Thanks, Kia. I like that quite a lot. And fuel consumption that is borderline ridiculous. In fact, to the point where I actually almost don't believe it quite myself. See what it's done to my hair. It's given me a Mohican. It's that good. So I've done 440 Ks in the car, and I'm averaging big, massive 8-seater SUV. What do you think? What do you think? Got it? 7.4. And that's a fairly even combination of mixed cycle urban driving and some freeway cruising. the car is economical. That is a surprise for me because I didn't expect it to be quite as good as it really is. And it'll be interesting to see what other real world comparisons of the vehicle are with our fellow watchers of the channel. Send us your experience. Tell us what you're getting from your Kia, because this is exceptionally good. Ride quality, outstanding. It's like a church driving in here. Bumps, potholes, small children, large dogs. You ride over them all with equal aplomb in this car. Not a moment of grief. Well, aside from those that you've ridden over, but certainly from the inside of the car, you're not going to notice. You might care, you might not, but stupidly comfortable and refined. I love the fact that the Kia is understated when it talks to you about its bongs, about its warnings, and there's quite a lot of safety involved in the car. You have all manner of lane assist, lane control, front collision assist, rear collision warning. So if you pop the thing into reverse and the car's coming the other way, it beeps and moans, just to warn you that you mustn't reverse out and have a massive accident, which is always good. It is a very well mated box to engine combination, and as we've seen somewhere in the channel very, very close to you before, silky smooth in terms of gear shifts. It is unbelievably good, and it's possibly, when you put it in sport mode and put foot to the pedal to the metal, as they say in the classics, that you might notice a shift. You're not going to feel it. You might notice it because you might hear it, but other than that, it is obscenely good in terms of smoothness and in terms of quietness and in terms of just putting the motor in the right gear at the right time, almost irrespective of the conditions. And shout out to the adaptive cruise control. I found it really good, as we have in other versions of similar cars, but this one, again, awesome. Can't fault it. It's a fantastic place to be. It is a fantastic car to drive. It is big, yes, so in parking lots and that kind of thing, the 3D navigation that the camera system gives you, pop up and have a look and see where your car is going to be of use. And you may find yourself walking a little bit further to the entrance of the shopping centers, because you are going to tend to park this thing a little bit further away from everybody else, because when it's in the parking bay, it uses up all of the parking bay. But with its understated looks and what shall I say, inherent driver appeal and family appeal, I think the Kia really does nail the brief. I loved it. And that's all I have to say. So for Motor Matters, from this side of the steering wheel and this side of the camera for a change, because Alan didn't drive this car. You could fit about 20 of them in the boot there, which is nice to know. It's Will for Motor Matters, and we'll see you next time.